Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Hey. Welcome to CoreMedia Connect 2026. I know many of you had to travel from afar to be here today, and everybody had to clear their calendars, so we see it as a personal responsibility to make it worth it. Hopefully it's going to be afternoon and evening full of insights and full of networking, and hopefully lots of fun as well. So, before we get started, for those who didn't know this yet, it's a special year for us this year, because we're celebrating our 30th anniversary. Yeah. That is actually quite a thing nowadays in the tech world, right? So companies come and go, hypes come and go. We're still around after 30 years. For 30 years, we've been innovating together with our partners and our customers, with you, to drive the industry forward, to invent for our customers, our joint customers. And for many years, Connect here has been a point where we come together and learn from those things. Learn from, hopefully from us as well, where we share about where we're going, where the product's going, where the roadmap's going, where we see the industry trends going. But also, very importantly, learn from our customers and our partners. What has been done? What has been implemented? How is that technology being put to use? And maybe you can do something with that yourself as well when you get back. So, where do we start today in this episode of CoreMedia Connect? The world has changed. But then again, how often have you heard that the world has changed at events like this? Because often if you go to events like this, you get these whole visionary stories about, for instance, AI now, of course. We're also going to talk about AI, because it is hot and it is important. But we don't want to talk too much about what's out there, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 3 years from now. We will talk about industry trends as well. We will talk about what we see happening in the market, how it's impacting your customers and you. But mainly we want to make this event about what is real today and what you can use tomorrow. At the same time, the world has changed, right? It's changed rapidly. If we look back from where we were at Connect a year ago, and I know a lot of you were here as well, and what we were discussing then, and we all knew that AI is going to have an even bigger impact the coming year than the year that we just had seen gone past. But if you look now, the pressure on digital experience teams is massive. It's unlike anything we've ever seen. AI is simply rewriting the rules of how customers buy, how they engage, and how they decide, and what they expect. And the gap between companies that get that and get that right, and those who don't, is getting bigger every quarter, month, maybe even. However, as you're hopefully used from us by now, that we like to talk about what's real. We like to talk about what you can deploy, what you can use. How is all of that that's happening out there? What can you use today and tomorrow? Right? We're not just, of course, we are going to talk a little bit about roadmap, and we'll talk a little bit about what we're building, but we're not talking about, hey, maybe 2 years from now you'll be able to speak to your 3D printed sneakers, and they will make some experience for you. You know what I mean, right? We're talking about practical things. So let's have a quick look at those hypes, and try to separate a little bit the hype from reality. And for arguments of sake, to make it easy, we call them buzzwords. Let's start with the first one. It's been around for at least a decade, right? Personalization. Is that a hype? Is that still real? Is that still a thing? The reality is that 40% more revenue gets generated by companies that excel at personalization, according to McKinsey. So that's a biggie. That's still very relevant. And we will hear later from our customer IKB about their website relaunch and how they went from a fragmented presence to an integrated digital experience. And as I said in the beginning, hopefully we can learn from those sort of experiences and how our partners implemented that. Another one, the CX paradox. That paradox, if, I don't know if you know it, but it'll become clear very, very soon, is still very, very, very true. Because 9 in 10 executives believe, when questioned, this whole set of companies, believe that loyalty is growing. Yet for those same companies, only 4 in 10 customers agreed. And 52% stopped buying there after even one bad experience. So, and a bad experience often is related to, it's irrelevant for me, I didn't find what I was looking for, etc. So we will see a great case in the DIHK presentation later about their relaunch to an AI-powered editorial work and an increased focus on user experience, which relates to that. A big one, AI-first customer experience. Yeah, I think everybody in this room will agree that that's being spoken about. I think that's somebody from GTAI. That's good. What's the reality? 50% of consumers use AI-powered search today to guide their choices. I don't think anybody's surprised about it anymore. In any certain shape or form, right? I might just do a bit of research on ChatGPT, and I might go a lot further, because as you know, of course, LLMs are doing a pretty good job nowadays to keep you in their flow, right? With serving all kinds of personalized content, and, well, not yet checkout completely, but you know what I mean. So I'm very interested to hear more about that wow that we got over there, about how German Trade and Invest use AI to get from 30,000 pages straight to the right answer, and how they use AI to guide their users. Another one, always on digital agility. Digital agility has been around also for a while, but it's still very much a topic for many companies. And the reality is that agile organizations improve their performance measurably, 30% financially, 50% operationally, and customer satisfaction up 30%, which are significant numbers. So we're looking forward to hear later today, this afternoon, about how our friends from IBM iX have been able to keep Bundeswehr.de evolving over the years, over and over, innovating with CoreMedia, and how they have brought an impact there. And then last but not least, something that probably we are a bit guilty of as well. We like this one, AI and the human touch. Is that a thing? Because you hear a lot about, yeah, AI will do everything. You don't need humans anymore. Let's fire everyone and just have agents running. We don't think that's going to happen anywhere. We believe, well, the reality is that 53% of customers today still trust humans over AI when it comes down to, for instance, recommendations. So we strongly believe the future isn't AI or human, it is AI making humans better, helping. So before we put that in an agenda to show you everything that we have for you today, I'd like to welcome on stage your host for today, your moderator and our own Chief Marketing Officer, Barbara Eigner.
Hi. Hi, welcome also from my side again. Hi.
Yes, so the agenda. So I mentioned a few already, right, where we're going to listen to some brilliant cases that I hope are going to be inspirational. But I didn't mention the whole agenda. We got a lot more for you today, but a packed agenda. That's also why we're grateful that you were here fairly on time, sitting here, and we could get started. Because there's a lot of interesting things happening. For instance, we have our Partner Slam. We have an amazing demo of the latest and greatest by Ollie. Roy's going to take us out through our roadmap, thinking about how CoreMedia is moving the experience platform forward, and Kio Studio. And we're going to listen to Renegade as well, in a case built around our joint customer enterprise island, where they go from content management to real AI enablement. And of course, then the most important part starts as well, including the coffee break, is the networking, the connecting, and the sharing and discussing. And there's lots of comedians here in the room as well, and we'll be out there. And as always, we say, please reach out to them.
Yeah, it's really a day packed full of innovation. it's like 30 is not just a number, it's really a track record. And this is what we're going to talk about today and give you also proof for that. And we are very happy to welcome later on customers on stage where we really hear how our product is really used in real life.